Winter Olympics, men's curling ensures the first medal of the British team after beating the United States in the semi-final. Team GB will have at least one medal to show for more than £20 million of funding after the men's curling team beat the United States 8-4 in their semi-final, giving them a place in this weekend's gold medal match. They will face Sweden at 6:05 a.m. on Saturday. Bruce Mouat, Grant Hardy, Bobby Lammy and Hammy McMillan had beaten Canada 5-2 in the morning session to put them top of the standings, with 8 wins from 9 round-robin matches, which gave them the hammer in their last 4 matches. The US, the defending champions, were the only team to have beaten GB. They wasted their advantage, yielding 2 stones after a blank first end. The US quartet, familiar with tattoo parlors, but strangers to a haircut, were in typically vocal mood, talking through not only their options, but also explaining for all what Mouat was likely to do. GB bounced back with 3 stones in the third end to take the lead, before John Shuster's brilliant final stone turned 1 for GB into 2 for the US, who were back in charge at 4-3. Mouat replied, with fine brushing from Lammy, to make it 5-4 to GB at halfway. It stayed that way until the decisive penultimate end after 3 consecutive blanks. In a tight contest, both rinks were matching each other until Christopher Pliss and Matt Hamilton of the US aired and allowed GB to take 1 stone to make it 6-4. Shuster was audibly blaming his teammate. The US had the last stone for the final end, but could not make it count. Lying 1, Shuster had a difficult chance to tie the scores, but he knew halfway down that it was not going to work. Lars Vagberg, the gold medal winner from 2002, talked up the chances of a medal for Mouat's rink before the semi-final. Team GB absolutely can win their first medal at Beijing 2022 in the men's curling, he told Eurosport. They are maybe the best team in the world right now. I was impressed with Team GB last year, but I can say that they have taken their game to a new level. If it was a straight shootout for gold between Great Britain and Sweden, I would favor Great Britain. They have beaten Sweden the last few games. I have to say, it's Team GB who has impressed me most in the men's curling in Beijing across the entire competition. GB's women face Sweden tomorrow at 12:05 p.m. in their semi-final after Eve Muirhead's rink progressed by a 10.17 cm margin in the tie-breaking method of draw shot challenge. Japan will face Switzerland in the other semi-final. The women beat the Russian Olympic Committee 9-4 in their final round-robin match and needed other results to fall their way. They wanted victories for Canada, Switzerland and Sweden, and that is exactly what they got. GB, Japan and Canada were then tied third in the standings on 5 wins, and it was Canada who missed out on a place in the Final 4 via draw shot challenge. Before each round-robin match, the teams threw 2 stones with the aim of getting them as near to the center of the house as possible. An average of all those was taken, bar the 2 worst by each team. And in the event of the tie in the standings, the country with the closest pre-match throws would win a tiebreaker. On average, GB, Japan and Canada had the 3 worst DSC rankings of all 10 teams in the event. GB's was 35.27 centimeters, Japan's 36 centimeters, and Canada's 45.44 centimeters. But that was good enough for GB to progress in 3rd and Japan in 4th. It is a tie-breaking method familiar to the British team. At the Olympic qualification event, we got through top based on our draw shot like that, Hayley Duff said. The prospects of Muirhead, Vicky Wright, Jennifer Dodds and Duff were out of their hands going into the final round-robin matches. Muirhead secured victory over the ROC in the penultimate end with a brilliant takeout that turned 1 stone for their opponents into 4 for GB. After which the ROC conceded. With Canada and Switzerland having won, attention turned to Sweden's match against South Korea. They were leading 6-4 in the final end, and it went down to the last stone. Sweden, relying 3 in Kim Eun-jung, Korea's skip, needed to turn that into 2 stones for her rink. It proved too stiff a task. It's very hard to concentrate fully for 3 hours, so I'm not going to lie. I had one eye looking across at the games, Muirhead said. I hope I didn't show it. It's always nice to keep an eye out when you know it's either going to get you an Olympic qualifying semi-final spot or not.